Good morning, Flutophones. Hi, guys. So, this week I thought that we would do something a little different than reading from the book or doing one of the thinking written lessons that, like the one I sent earlier in the week. And I thought that we'd play along with a song. Now, this song that I'm putting up for today is a song that we've played with in class, Iko Iko. But, that's when we're all in class. So I thought I'd give you guys a chance to do it at home. You're on your own, along with the recording that you're going to find on YouTube. It'll be pasted into copied into the lesson. And what I'd like you to do is you're going to use your ear and what you know about the clave rhythm. Right? We do that all the time in our class. And that's what all I really want you to think about while you're going along with this song. Now, the patterns that we played in class are what we're going to do here. Those patterns are only good when there are lyrics going, right? When it's the verse or the chorus. Now, in between, when you don't hear any words and they're just the instruments playing, they're doing something else. So don't do this pattern for that. I want you to think about that on your own and think about what you could play on that, because it's a little bit different than the parts that have the words. Anyway, so our song with our clave rhythm, right, we have, and pardon me if the sound doesn't work out too well, but it's a cell phone. So we have our clave rhythm. Anyway, when you play it along with the song, that's what the song sounds like, right? So let me just play the song real quick. You're almost starting that part. We're not quite up to it. We have to wait until the lyrics start. When the lyrics start, we'll go. I want you to think about the other parts and do something else. So that's the rhythm. That's the way that the chords go. Now, we only play one note on the flutophone at a time, so, Mr. Brooks, what are you telling us about chords for? Well, because when we have those two chords, let's take it this way. When we have those, that part only has two chords, and here they are right here. Now, this is actually not how you would write this song, but I wrote it like this so that you can see that there's clearly a clave rhythm. 1, 2, 3, clave, 1, 2, 3, clave, 1, 2, 3, clave, 1, 2, 3, clave, just like we do in class. Now you also notice that there's different colors here, and the different colors refer to the different chords. So there's two chords, G and D7, and the song is going to go from G to D7, and then from D7 back to G, and then repeat it again. Now again, this is only when the lyrics are occurring, when they're singing. When they're not singing, I want you to think about what's going on there for yourself. Think whether or not these are the same chords that are happening when they're not singing. Well, we'll get more into that later. Anyway, so to play it, again, you guys only play one note at a time on flutophone, right? So what are you talking about with the chords, Mr. Brooks? Well, just like we did in our class, when you see G, you have a choice of the notes to play. You can play G, or you can play B, or you can play D. All of those are part of the G chord, so you can play any of those. When we get to D7, you're going to play either A, or C, or D. So either 2 fingers, or just your thumb, or none. 3 fingers, just one, or none. Now the trick is when we change chords. So you're going to choose one of those notes, one of those G chord notes, to play when the song has G going. G, 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 G. Then you have to switch. So we have to switch to D7, so now you have to switch to another note. Well, A is right next to G, so if you started on G, go to A. If you started on B, go to C, because that's right next to it. If you started on D, you can go to D. We can do that too. I'm going to give you a more challenging way to do it than that, but let's try that. All right, so I'm going to choose G and A for now.
My grandma and your grandma was sitting by the fire. My grandma told your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go one day.
So again, I chose my one note. When the chord changed, I changed my note to one of the notes that's in that chord. So I went from G to A, and then from A back to G. I could go from B to C, and then from C back to B. I could stay on D for the whole thing, but that would be kind of boring. I mean, if you want to do that, that works. But I'm going to suggest this. If you're going to do D, then I suggest that you start on G and go to D. Comme ça. Here it comes.
My grandma and your grandma was sitting by the fire. My grandma told your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey.
Or you could go from, let's see, if you wanted to do the D as part of the G chord, and you can go from D to what would be something, you can go from D to B, that wouldn't be too far away. Let's try that. Oh, wait a second, but we're going to go from the G chord to the D chord. So if we're starting on D, why don't you go to C? We'll do that. Let's try that. So I'm going to use D in the G chord and C in the D chord. Ready? I say D and C.
My grandma and your grandma was sitting by the fire. My grandma told your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, I go one day.
Do it that way. Any of them work, right? G to A, B to C, D to D, or D to C, or D to A. As long as you go from one of the red ones to one of the green ones, we'll be good. Okay, but now, so where to do it? Well, you have to use that clave. That's kind of a strange clave because you have one full clave on one note, and then the next clave is divided between two different chords, right? This clave is all on G, 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 G. Then it switches to D, 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 then D, 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 back to G, okay? So you have to know when to change. Use your ear to hear when it's going to change. So that's only during the part where there are the lyrics, where they're singing. Now, what about the parts in between where they're singing? Now, that I want you to think about, and you think about what chord are they using, and what notes can you play? I think you'll figure it out. Okay, so when you're all done, and you've practiced it a few times, I want to see a video, of course. I want to hear you play. So practice it a lot first, and then record a video for me. I can't wait to see you guys play. Goodbye, Flutophones.